Hi all, welcome back to Retro TV. It is hot, it is Queensland, it's the end of summer and we're sweating like anything when you're travelling around in your vintage caravan. Just like this one here. Yes, this van here is made in 1978, so she's an old girl, but it never came with any air conditioning system. So how did they do it back in the day? I'd have no idea. You'd have such an uncomfortable camping experience. Well, today I've got a couple of solutions to try and help out with that question. How do you cool one down? And up here we have an evaporator cooler by Arlec. We're going to take a look. We're going to see if it performs well, and is it worth your money to buy one of these for your caravan, or is it best to get a portable air conditioning system? So anyway, we're going to have a look at these things and see what works best. Right, so you want to pick up a cooler. This is the best time of the year to buy one because they're cheap as chips, because all the shops don't want them anymore because it's the end of summer. So that's the best time to buy it. But so which one should you buy? Now, this one here, you know, you can buy in Big W at the moment, going for $100 for this size. Now, you could spend the same money and get one of these. Well, actually this one was cheaper. This was $89, right? So, and not only is this bigger, but it's more powerful. But these are two different coolers, and I want to show you the differences of these, which ones to avoid and which ones to buy. So anyway, let's look at these two. These two are on the market at the moment. This one here is for sale at Big W for $100. They're still selling for $100. Personally, I wouldn't even go that far because it's the end of summer, and why would you want to pay full retail price on one of these things for? Now, these two coolers run differently and how the cooling system works, and let me show you how this one works here. So around the back, now when you buy this, in the instruction manual it doesn't tell you anything about how to maintain these, because they don't want you to open these machines up. But basically you use it and you throw it away. That's how they're designed. Now, this machine would last you about 1 to 2 summers only, then you got to throw it away, seriously. Unless you want to do some extensive maintenance on it. I mean, this is a high maintenance machine, so yeah, it'll keep you going, because every month you've got to clean these things out, or you run the risk of being very sick. Let me show you why and how you can become sick. So how this one runs, it has this mesh pad here which rotates on this motor. It soaks up the water in your tank, it soaks the mesh down and it cools you down. It works, it's a great idea. But here's the problem. If you don't maintain these or clean them, the bottom of the tank ends up like that. Let me show you. Oops, there we go. If you can see in there, oh there we go, yeah. See how grubby and dirty and moldy that gets in there? Now that forms very quick in these models. The worst thing that happens is on this mesh here, as you can see on this one, it is black spots everywhere. That's black mold. That's nasty stuff for your health. Now you can't get rid of that. You can put it in your washing machine and it still won't wash out. And you'll be sitting there with this blowing on you with black mold and everything going right through. And you'll be if you're an asthmatic, it's not really good for you, or any type. Well, black mold is not good for you anyway. So unless you want to highly maintain this machine, seriously, even after 6 months, this is how they become. They're a good idea, but they're nasty for your health. So I wouldn't recommend these ones. Yes, I've got this one, I've tried it out, and that's the idea of it. You got to see how these products work, but as you saw for yourself there, black mold on that is no good. So this one needs throwing away. Now over here, on the back of this runs differently. This one doesn't have a silly conveyor belt system or nothing like that. This is how they should do. Now, you unclip this one here, and out pops the filter, which is a honeycomb filter. Now these are the best. Now they use these in industrial units around the world, and the good thing about these is when you want to dry them out to not get any mold or mildew or anything like that in them, you just let the fan run without the cooling system on it for about half an hour, and it dries these out and you're good to go. You don't have to do any other maintenance, unlike this one. The water tank, yeah, every now and then you wash it out, clean it out, put some fresh water in, but that's about it. But as for the filter system, these are the best ones to go, and these work far better than the system in this one. This one here, as you see, the fan has a bigger motor in it, so it gets more wind for your money, so to speak. And it performs very well. I've had this now for a couple of days and I have been surprised that it does. Some of these coolers just don't work, but this one actually does in certain temperatures. So anyway, I'll put this back together and we'll give them a test run, shall we? So after throwing the other one away and not breathing in all that mold, we've got this Arlec here. Now I've had this for a couple of days. Now this one was on special at $85, so that's pretty cheap for one this size. And not bad for the money either. Yes, it has all the usual features. 3-speed, it's got your sleep mode, it has your water mode. Same as every other cooler that you've probably seen. So it functions just the same. The good thing about this, it does have the rotisserie fan on top of that. And I'm happy to kind of say, after using it in this caravan, which I've bought it for, because, you know, trying to cool these old vintage vans down is a bit of a kerfuffle. Yeah, I've got a air conditioning system in here, and it's a split system too, and that's great and fabulous, and it cools the van down quite well, but having them running all the time is very expensive. So during some parts of the day, that's where this comes in, and it does do its job. Right, I'm going to fill it up with water now, and we're going to test the temperature on it and see exactly how it performs. Alright, here we are. It has a latch on the bottom so it doesn't come out when you're moving the thing. And it comes with the 2 ice bricks too, which I've already put in there. 2 ice bricks. Oh, 2 ice bricks. I think they all come with ice bricks. Now when you first run this, you just got to run it through with one tank and then empty that tank, because it gets all the manufacturing process smells and stuff out of it, and after that it's all good to go. So we're going to put, I know it's an 8-litre tank, I'm going to put a litre of water in here just to show you how it all works. Do that. Close him up. And there we go. So let's fire it up, eh? Alright, so you filled it up, now you got your remote. There we go, so you turn it on, and by default it sets itself on the slowest speed. So let's turn on the cooling, and it's good, you've got a mini display here on the front, so that's a bit of a nice touch there. So got that on the cooling system, so that's running. So I'm going to put the second speed on, there we go, and high speed. So it is very strong and very powerful, which I like. The other coolers were just a bit weak when you wanted them, so it really does perform. And then you got your swing motion, which helps quite a lot. And again, I think this is more better than the Luger version. So there we go. Now, when you fill this tank up, 8 litres, that can last you a good 4 or 5 hours before you need to replace it, if it's a really hot day. On a normal mild day, you can get away with a day in the tank of that thing. So, I mean, it's a good looking machine. You know, it's better design than those cheap ones that you can buy, like we've just seen. So, and let's turn this around and we'll show you what it's doing. So at the moment, the water is running down the honeycomb pad. And also it has this dust filter in the back, just like a mini air conditioner. Air conditioners have them too. So it's not, you're not going to get any of the dust and crap inside the filters, unlike the other one. And all you got to do with this filter is just wipe it clean. So let's check some temperatures at the moment and see how cool this gets. Okay, so thermometer in the room temperature. how many degrees it drops by. See, it is dropping rather rapidly, so it is doing its job pretty well. So we're going from 30 degrees down to 24.6. So that's almost a 6-degree drop using the cooler in a small compact caravan. That's not bad. Short little test just to show you guys how cool this temperature drops at the fan base in this type of environment in a tiny caravan that's 30 degrees. Now I've got air conditioning systems in here. Now why aren't I using them, you might say? Yeah, they're nice. I mean, anyone would go for an AC over this any day, because it cools you down, but it is very expensive to run them. I've got a split system in here, and sometimes when it gets to 35 degrees in summer and that, you know what, some of those systems just don't work. Air conditioners, some of them just crap out, and they get too hot and they can't work, and that's where these fellas come in. But anyway, on a night like tonight, keeping this on at 24 all night, it keeps a nice breeze through the whole van. Now this van is 16 foot long, so in a space of 16 feet, you can still feel it from the back of the van from the front here, which we're sitting in now. Anyway, that's my review on the Arlec evaporator cooler that you can buy. And again, my advice, if you see the cheap ones for 35 bucks in Bunnings, which you can find at the moment, don't waste your money on them. They're absolute garbage and you'll be very disappointed. Spend a little bit more, get something decent that actually does the job, and you will not be disappointed. So anyway, that's it for these. So going forward, guys, it has been a busy year. I've been very busy, new careers, new life, new everything has changed for me. So it's been a while since I've made videos, but coming up, as I'm going to be introducing this rebuild that I'm sitting in now, which is the restoration of this vintage Viscount caravan. It's a 1978 Explorer pop top as well, so kind of the first of the early pop tops. Now it's taken me over probably about a year now to get this to where I need it to be. When I first got it, it took 7 weeks to get it mildly restored and registered for the travel. But after that, it's taken about 8 months to kind of reconfigure things and make it work properly. But if you're interested in seeing my videos on the full restoration of this caravan, from it being a junker to what it is today, then stay tuned, because coming up over the next weeks, I'll be uploading videos on all the details of the restoration project. So lots of videos coming up this year, lots of new projects, lots of new things to bring to you. And that's where I say thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. So bye for now.